Brothers and sisters, once again, welcome back to yet another one from us. Trusting, hoping, and believing that all is well on your side. On my side, things are flowing smoothly, and I'm just excited to be once again reporting to you news from one of our beautiful AES countries, Burkina Faso. So, Burkina Faso has decided to take a move to take charge of their education system. I've just recently reported about Niger and how they're introducing a school for oil and gas. They are introducing oil and gas studies where their own children will be learning about these minerals that their country possesses. So in Burkina Faso, I told you guys, when one thing happens in one country, it's bound to happen in the country. That's the AES for you. In Burkina Faso, they have sat down and realized that, you know what, our education system needs some reforms. And they have taken this matter into their own hands by now starting to make sure that their textbooks are printed in the country, published, printed, everything controlled by Burkinabés in Burkina Faso. So this is what is happening, brothers and sisters. Burkina Faso will now design and manufacture its own textbooks to reflect its own socio-cultural values. The National Center for Textbooks and School Supplies, SENAMAFS, has undertaken to publish 10 new titles of school textbooks with their educational guides for middle and high schools. There was a workshop in Ouagadougou between the 8th and 12th of July where they were validating the 10 documents. In Burkina Faso, most textbooks are obsolete and unadapted to socio-cultural realities. Mr. Evariste Guibre, project manager representing the minister in charge of national education at the opening of the workshop, said this. This obsolescence constitutes an obstacle on the demand and use of these textbooks by students because they no longer fully meet the educational and didactic requirements of the moment. In addition, the majority of textbooks in use are not accompanied by their teaching guides, which constitutes a handicap for their optimal use by teachers. It should also be noted that most of the school textbooks used in Burkina Faso are designed and published externally by foreigners. This approach is endogenous, according to Richard Kulaume-Tony, the Director General of SENAMAFS. He added, most of the textbooks used in Burkina Faso are published by foreigners and by foreign editions. Now this deficiency will be corrected, and the students will have textbooks designed by Burkinabé for Burkinabés, as well as manuals consistent with the socio-cultural realities of Burkina Faso. Brothers and sisters, this is such a beautiful move, and I'll say it once again. We have been mentally colonized by our education systems, and until we make reforms of the education system in Africa, we will never go far as Africans. We are in a system that controls our thinking, a system that makes sure that we don't think outside the box, we don't think beyond, we are not creative. We don't use even our own knowledge, the small knowledge that you have. You question it. You start feeling like, nah, this was not taught in school. It can't be correct. Whatever your ancestors and your guides give you as an intuition, as, just information that is there at your disposal in your DNA, you start questioning it because you're like, nah, but this is not what we were taught. It's just like what we see with our religion. Where you realize that for Christians to do something or for Christians to believe in something, it has to be in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible, then it's not right, it's not correct because the Bible doesn't say so. If the Bible says so, yes, that is correct, that is what we are going to follow. But you see this kind of education, this kind of systems that brainwashes us, that locks our heads and our minds for us not to think beyond what we have been told is the right way. It is really affecting even our own development, brothers and sisters. When you look at yourself, just you as an individual, there are some things that even your own mind tells you that, but how come this has been said this way? And when I look at it, it doesn't make sense. How is this possible that, how is it possible that this is said to be like that, but even my own intuition just tells me, it can't be. You question things, but you're reminded that you don't have to question things. Well, that is according to our religion. We're not allowed to question some things. We have to believe. And that kind of belief has limited our own thinking because now we cannot even learn about things because if the teacher didn't say it this way, if I don't get 2 when I add up 1 and 1, then it means it's wrong. But there's so many ways in which you can get 2 without adding 1 plus 1. So you start thinking you start questioning your own creativity, your own intelligence to say, nah, it can't be correct. My master's degree, my PhD doesn't allow this kind of conclusions. Now that's the kind of education system that we have in Africa. Look at China. Young kids in these TikTok videos of Chinese pupils in preschool, they are learning how to cook, farming, they are learning skills. These skills will forever impact their lives. How is it that our own education system in Africa does not allow us to learn skills, to enhance the knowledge that we already have? You should be asking yourselves this. And Captain Ibrahim Traore realized this and he was like, no, we need to put an end on this. We need to stop this as soon as possible. We are starting by reforming the education system. We are removing all of these colonial textbooks. We are removing all of this information, education that has been given to us by the colonizer, because there is no way that the colonizer can colonize you and still want to see you progress, still want to give you an education system that will help you enhance your skills, help you grow. It can't happen. And until we see that we cannot be fooled anymore, we cannot keep on accepting things from these people, then we will never develop. But Captain Ibrahim Traore has seen it. He has woken up from this dream of education. I'm educated, I'm better off than... Look at the people who are not educated in your own communities. If you're in Africa, you realize that the most uneducated people are the ones that use their skills to even start businesses that thrive. In my country, we have a businessman that has never gone to any class. That guy is the richest man in that country. Uneducated. Now make it make sense. If education was that important, then why is it that this rich man never saw even a whiteboard marker? But he is the richest man in that country. So it also comes to show that the kind of education system that we are given is the one that will control you. All you want to do is to keep working for them, retire, die, without even doing anything for your own self, for your own family. You have been enslaved for the rest of your life. Working for somebody for the rest of your life is just, for me, slavery, because no matter the rewards, no matter the salary, you will keep on doing the same thing over and over again. But if you were to do your own things, to explore the gifts, the skills that God gave you, your ancestors, left you with, then you'd be free to do things that make even your life meaningful. Sometimes you just look at people, educated people, and you're like, is this the kind of life that I want for myself? No. I would rather go and hustle and start something that will allow me to be creative in my own space. So Burkina Faso is giving their children education, an education system that will allow these kids to think outside the box, to be creative. This kind of system will also help connect the social cultural values and beliefs of Burkina Faso. And that is the most important thing for any African person. Know your culture. Know your beliefs, know the values, understand who you are. Then you'll be able to vibrate at a sequence where even your ancestors can now recognize you, can now see that this is the child that we can bless with our skills. This is the child that we can bless with information. This is the child that we can communicate with and things will work. Burkina Faso is about to change, brothers and sisters, in every way possible. And it will begin from the classroom, from the smallest kid in Burkina Faso. These kids will never be the same. May this wave hit the whole of Africa. May we see change in all African countries where our education system will be a liberation and not a tool to continue enslaving us as the African people. Let me know, brothers and sisters, what you think about this news. I am excited, forever grateful for the AES, forever excited to see what they are always bringing out to us, to admire, to copy, to learn, and to only wish that our countries can also follow suit. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to like the video, share, comment, definitely subscribe, and if you love to support us, please, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below. You can also send us super chats, super thanks, and we'll forever be grateful. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.